Welcome to the Mike and Ant Sports Show. I'm your host, Expected Ant, and I'm with my co-host, Bob Miz. What's going on?
Chilling, man. Same old. Ready to get to this Kyler Murray BS.
Yeah, so Kyler Murray got suspiciously benched this week. So the timeline was he's missed the last 3 games after hurting his foot. Jacoby Brissett has played well in his absence. The coach
Yep.
said that Kyler was going to come back and play this week. But then after Jacoby and the Cardinals upset the Cowboys, all of a sudden they put him on IR. And then there's reports that before they put him on IR, they were trying to trade him. Nobody wanted him at the deadline, so they decided to put him on IR. And it's kind of like a benching, but instead of saying he was benched, just use his injury as an excuse to put him on IR.
Yeah.
But the question that we want to talk about though is if the Cardinals cut him, do you see him going back to baseball?
I mean, it comes down to I think if there's no starting job opportunities, um, I don't even know if he has a work ethic as far as to sit there and hold the clipboard to be a backup. So that might not even be an option in his head. But I think what it comes down to is what he's offered to do something in the NFL, whether it's to start, he might go for that. If he gets offered, just to throw a hypothetical out there, if he gets offered $10 million a year, $12 million a year to be a backup quarterback for somebody, um, and a baseball team's willing to give him, some type of guaranteed 4 year, 5 year contract or something, my guess is he goes to baseball. I think his size fits better in baseball. He'd have a longer career in baseball. It's obviously a less toll on your body. And I think right now, after failing in football, I think that if he could secure a bag, I think baseball is definitely more on the table now than it was before, fam.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should look into it. The only thing that sucks about going the baseball route though is that you have to start out in the minor leagues. But I mean, if he's as good as everybody says he is,
Mhm.
he shouldn't be in the minors very long.
That's what it comes down to. And here's the thing, and this is what I tell you, the money part. If a team tells you, look, we're going to send you to the minor leagues, but you're going to get more than what they're going to give you as a paid backup quarterback, it might still be the more beneficial route because you go to the minor leagues with intentions to eventually go into the team and playing. That backup job don't, if you think you're going to be a career backup quarterback, which is kind of looking that way, like he might not be starting much longer. The minor leagues leads to the pros. Backup leads to your house. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I think that I mean I would say that baseball, if a team is still very interested, he's still young for baseball. He's old for football. You see what I'm saying? So it's time for him to think about himself, and I think that baseball may be the better opportunity.
yeah. So as far as baseball is concerned, since he was drafted by the A's, therefore, if he were to play baseball, it would have to be for the A's because the A's never still have his draft rights.
Unless they trade his contract.
Yeah, let's say trade him to another team.
Yeah,
If I'm the A's, I'm not trading him because you just moved to a new city. So
yeah.
what better way to get people to build a fan base than have a guy that you can put up there as the face of the franchise and help sell tickets.
I agree. I
I don't
agree.
know if Kyler Murray will make the A's any better, but at least he's somebody that people know and recognize, and they might just want to go to a game just to see him.
Hey, I agree. If he gets to Vegas too, maybe he could be the next Deion Sanders. Maybe he could slip into Las Vegas too and play for the Raiders as well.
They play quarterback for the Raiders and then play outfield for the A's.
Or hold more likely hold the clipboard for the Raiders and then play for the A's. But he could probably do both. Right?
Well, the only problem is if the A's make the playoffs, he ain't gonna be able to do both. He has to sit out half
Hey,
the football season.
Deion made it happen before. Go on and watch that documentary. Deion damn sure made it happen.
Yeah, he won the World Series and the Super Bowl in the same year.
Yeah, yeah. So it's so work ethic. You see, it cost him a big toe. You know what I mean? But he put that work in.
Yeah, he wasn't playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, he wasn't playing Call of Duty. He definitely wasn't playing Call of Duty. I mean, but um, Dion was a special talent. I don't think many people could do that outside of maybe in Bo Jackson, as you can see, blew his hip out with football. But not many people, I think, have the ability to do both because the toll it takes on your body. A lot of these athletes like a off season, so when you're going from one thing to another, there's no off season, and you gotta really be elite. But with
Yeah,
that being said, go ahead.
I was gonna say for Bo Jackson though, I think the reason why I think the reason why Dion did it and not really Bo was because Bo the position because he got tackled the wrong way and blew his hip out.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think he played corner instead of running back. And maybe
Yeah.
that wouldn't happen.
I hated Cincinnati for 15 years after that shit. But that's besides the fact,
I,
right? But
I was
yeah,
gonna say,
I despised them for a long time. Boom Esiason, I didn't even think he was part of that game, but I hated him forever for that shit. Hated every Bengal until Chad Johnson came. And it was like, yeah, I kind of like that guy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I was 3 years old, so I don't even remember that game. I just seen Dr.
I wasn't that old neither, but that's when like my football era started. It was like with Bo. Bo knows everything. Bo knows hockey. Bo knows baseball. Bo knows football. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like Bo got no legs. What y'all did to Bo? You know what I mean? Like I ride for him. You know what I'm saying? But all jokes aside, um, it's time for Kyler to think about baseball. I think his football career is over. Think we've seen the best of him. I don't think we'll see any better than what we've seen. I don't think that he's had a bad career. Definitely wasn't a great career, but I think that he gave it his best shot. I think the end result was, as much as it sucks to say, you're only good at one position and you're too short to play that position. So I think it's time for him to move on and give baseball a go. And I wouldn't be surprised if he has a good 7, 8 year career in baseball and really does some special things. I just don't think football's not for him no more.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. If any team is gonna be willing, if any team in football be willing to trade for him, or because they're saying the Cardinals they're willing to eat the 50 million cap hit, so they're gonna try to trade him. But if they can't find anybody to trade with him, they'll just cut him.
I think he gets traded here in football a little bit longer because he has the money. There's money part of that contract. But I think if he flat out gets cut, he's gonna walk with what they gave him, and I do believe he ends up in baseball. If somebody doesn't give him a guaranteed starting job, I think we see him in baseball. And I'll double down. I think that he's a better baseball. I think we see a better baseball Kyler Murray than we did with his career with the Arizona Cardinals. If he does decide to go that route,
Well, if he does get traded, though, which team should trade for him?
it's funny because Raiders should definitely be an option. You know,
It's Las
um,
Vegas either way.
which is Las Vegas. Interesting. Um, I don't with what the way I would have said Vikings, but the way JJ looked last week, I don't know if that by the end of the year that will be a realistic option. Um, it's not many spots, man. I don't think the Browns would make a move for him. That's the this is the sad truth. I mean the Jets, maybe, but I feel like after failing with Justin Fields, I don't know if they'd go that route. You know what I'm
I think
saying? So
I think the draft route.
yeah, so like I don't know, bro. Steelers, I guess, could definitely be an option. I think those might be the only two teams that would come to mind. You know what I'm saying? Probably the Steelers or the Raiders. And I think those are end your career places. You know what I'm saying? So I think baseball might be the better option than anything he has on the table.
Well, you put it that way, you might be right.
I mean, look across the board. Teams either have a position of power with a pick. I could also see the Saints. if they don't like a quarterback, and maybe they trade out, get picks, and aim for next year. But at that point, they might be using you for a bridge. You see what I'm saying? So there's just not many teams you could see him going to.
Yeah, because I mean, for that scenario to happen, that means the Saints would not have to. That was the Saints basically saying they don't like Mendoza.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they don't like him, they might be willing to dabble a little Kyler Murray, but that doesn't mean that if they trade back and get a shit ton of picks for next year and Arch Manning comes out and they're sitting there, they're not replacing you. You see what I'm saying?
It
So
reminds me of when the Chiefs had the number one pick. They didn't like Blake Bortles, so they ended up trading for Alex Smith,
yeah,
and they were
and
right. Blake Bortles going to be terrible.
and you see what I'm telling you. So that in that scenario, and honestly, I think Mendoza is going to be best available quarterback, especially as of right now. But from what I've seen, I don't see a franchise changer. And that's the problem. Like you're gonna take like the best available at quarterback, not at one or two. Like you gotta take a game changer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say this though about Mendoza because there is a chance that this could happen. To be fair to him, because I criticize the fact that he just came out of nowhere. Nobody's even talking about him at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
But in fairness, it's the same thing happened to Joe Burrow. Like he just came out of nowhere. He had a great senior year and made himself the number one pick in the draft. So I mean, maybe Mendoza could be that, but
He could, but I think it's also circumstances because the Bengals also had the balls to go out and get him Jamar Chase at 5. Or somewhere in that thing where most teams wouldn't have did that. Like Joe Burrow
his
never had
teammate from college.
Yeah, never had an O line, but they gave him everything else. It's like you can't have everything. And granted, he needs an O line. That's why he can't stay on the field. But they at least tried. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't see a guy like Men, and it's not his game. I just can't see him going to a team like the Jets. Like you to change the Jets, nah, bro. Like you gotta be like you gotta have that where they think you're like generational and you go in there like you can't just be a decent good quarterback or the best available and think you're gonna go to New York and change the Jets. They've sucked since the word sucked existed. So I
You
don't
gotta
see it.
go all the way back to the '60s.
Yeah, I don't see him changing the Jets or the Saints. And if I'm the Saints, if I'm the Saints or the Jets, I'm not picking him at 1. And that's not to say that if he slipped and went like at 20 and went to a good team, he probably could be special. I just don't see him changing the Jets or the Saints. Like that's the thing. It's like that's a tough task. You're not Andrew Luck, bro. You're not
Yeah,
Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not Cam Newton. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not one of these guys that's gonna come in and really change a franchise. That's all I'm saying. It's not a knock on him.
he just might be the best available.
Yeah, he's a consolation prize.
Yeah,
He's because Arch Manning and none of these guys want to come out and play for y'all. He's the best available. Go on and get him. That's on you if you fall for that. Like take the
well,
best wide receiver.
yeah. Because I'm about to say those guys they can go back to school because for their senior year, he's a senior. Mendoza's a senior, so he has no other choice but to come
You
back.
want me to give you the even smarter part about that? The Saints and Jets will go out and take quarterbacks next year. They won't be drafting one. So you ain't even got to worry about that with them. If they're at
Yeah,
2 again, they're going to trade the pick. You know what I'm saying? So the quarterbacks is looking like, let all these teams get their quarterback. Hopefully they're good too. Because next
yeah.
year, we
We'll,
don't want to
we'll
play
just
for
stay
them.
in school and wait for 2027.
Yeah. When Stafford's retiring, or, one of these other teams is looking for a quarterback that even
Pittsburgh,
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to go to New York or Cleveland or
Orleans.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? New Orleans might be the best pick out of those 3. Like I wouldn't mind going to New Orleans. But at the same time, though, you rather let them get their guys and next year go to a team like maybe the Rams. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's what they're looking at.
or possibly Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, even Vegas, because even if you gotta look like this, the Raiders suck, but you get to be in Las Vegas. Nice
Yeah,
weather, casinos. When you losing every week, you got bars everywhere. It's like, bro,
models.
yeah, models everywhere. Other things too, if that's you- I ain't paying for it, but if that's
Yeah.
your thing,
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? But with that being said, before we go bad, final thing. Do you think Kyler should stay in the NFL or you think he should go to baseball?
I think he should go to baseball only because, like you said, he can have a last longer career.
Yeah.
Also, too, baseball players make more money than any other athletes in sports. So, I mean, baseball, if you want to make money, that's
Yeah,
the way to
10
go.
years, 10 years is like 400 or 500 million in baseball.
Yeah. What's it? Shohei Ohtani,
Mhm.
10 years, $700 million deal.
Yep.
That's
And,
700 million a year.
and they broke that deal around all types of illegal ways.
Yeah.
You're taking it all on the back end. You seen that?
Yeah. It's like the first 3-4 years of the contract, he's only making like 2 million a year.
Yeah, he's just,
Yeah, and then
yeah.
the last 8, that's when he gets, like, the 700 million.
Yeah, but see, it's a baseball contract, so you can even if you cut him, you still pay him everything.
Yeah, they
Like
have
there's no
guaranteed
lose.
contracts.
It's no lose. Like dudes like who is it? Oh my, Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah, the Mets are still paying him.
Still to this
He
day.
hasn't he hasn't he retired, like, 20 years ago, and the Mets still owe him money.
Yo, and that's how baseball get down. So he looked at it like, I don't care if it's on the back end because even when I'm retired, send the trucks,
Yeah.
send the trucks for my money. It's all right. but wait, I guess with that being said, I'll add in. I think baseball is the move. I think in retrospect, looking back at it now, I think he probably should have picked baseball from the get. I think baseball was more designed for him. I think he had fun in football till he wasn't, and I don't think it's fun for him no more. So I think it's time for him to go try something that he probably enjoys more, which is baseball. And
I don't think he, understood that in football, you actually gotta study and watch game film. So he
nah, I don't think I understood how big they was when they was hitting you in the NFL. And then he met Aaron Donald, and I don't think that the first 4 or 5 years of his career was any fun. And I think that was a big part of it. So I'll leave it at that. Kyler, go to baseball. Nobody's mad at you. You gave it your best. You haven't broke anything. Go now. You know what I'm saying? Before things change. And well, I guess we'll end it with that. Make sure everybody goes and follows Mob Squad 508 and Inspector underscore Ant on X. Get your ass on over to W Energy. Use the code Mob Squad 508 for 10% off. We have a crazy day of football coming tomorrow, but let them know where else they could find us for the audio, bro.
Alright, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and Spreaker.
Yeah, yes, sir. And let's throw it out there, man. We already made one best bet. Let's add it to this. Give me your second best bet of the day.
My second best bet of the day, I think, Carolina over New Orleans 4.5.
That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. My second best bet of the day, Rams over Niners.
At 6.
+6. I don't think it I like I said, I don't think they dominate them, but I think they let the little bros know that look, y'all came to our house, y'all got a lucky one. We just gonna make easy work of you in your house. So we got ours back. I think that's how the story goes.
But the game they have to win.
Yep.
You can't get swept by the Niners and
Especially
fall
not for this
0-2
version.
and fall 0-2 in the division.
Especially not for this version. But
Uh,
call me when you get up, man. I'm gonna try to be up for the 9:30 game. I can't guarantee it though.
I'll probably be up, but I don't know if I'll stay up.
Well, Let me know if the game's if it's even a little bit interesting. Give me a call, bro. Other than that, I'll see you at 1. Salute.
Luke.